Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are all doing well. So, I'm back with another requested reading. And this time, the comment is the biggest problem is that a lot of innocent people who did not support the Cheeto monster are going to suffer and die before it all comes to an end. That, and we don't know what will come after. Will the country still exist after all this? Will the oligarchs each take a piece of the country and it will be back to a feudal system? How long till things change for the better? Alright, so let's ask, will the country still exist after all this, after Trump? And how? So let's ask, what can we expect in the long term when it comes to United States? Give us some clues. Okay, so I have United States on this side and whatever factors on this side. It could be the external, but it can also be Trump. So this is the collective for the United States. And this is the external circumstances or influences. Let's see. Two of Wands, Nine of Cups, past lives. This is the Moon card, danger, and integration, temperance, balance, the Empress, the Tower, Death card, and the Five of Pentacles. All right, so on this side here for United States, for the collective, with this Two of Wands, this means that it's not a fixed outcome. It's not a fixed road. There are still choices that can be made collectively, or maybe it depends on certain people that have the power to make certain choices. So it's like at the crossroads. With this Nine of Cups here, the laziness, this is like when you've been enjoying certain benefits, when you've had a good life, because United States had a privileged status in the world because of the way the world was organized after the Second World War. But now, the mirror is breaking. Now that's about to end. It feels like they were in this bubble. There was something energetically that was in a bubble that enjoyed certain privileges. And now that's about to change. Everything's about to change. And we have the Moon card here. This is about hidden enemies, hidden dangers, something that was lurking in the darkness, something that took time. I could see this as the KGB plan to destroy United States from within. But this card in this particular deck, it's called Past Lives. So to me, it gives a vibe of karma as well. Karmic circumstances, causes, and conditions that are now manifesting. And it's also like the cycles of birth and rebirth, the salamander. Maybe the United States is now going through this huge transformation, and it feels like a rebirth in a way. Something new will emerge from all this crisis. So yeah, that's how I see the Moon card. Is the hidden enemies, that hidden energy um, that was working behind the scenes. Um, and on this side, we have the Empress. I see this is the United States. And then with this card, the Thunderbolt, the Tower, and then the Death card, Transformation. This means that this is unavoidable. This will happen. Yes, there are still choices to be made here that will determine which way exactly, or maybe if certain things can be mitigated. But the United States as a whole, in general, will go through this transformation process. I don't think this is something you can avoid. We have all these major arcanas here, or five, and the energy for is destruction, complete destruction and transformation. So we have the Tower here, so Trump on this side, or the we could see Trump or Russia or these external circumstances or external factors that are impacting United States, and this is destruction. This is tearing down the old system. And with this, it's not just United States, it's also the whole world will reorganize. The whole structure and axis will now change. And with the Death card, something is ending. It's done. And the energy for the Death card, it's complete transformation, where you cannot go back to how things used to be. You cannot reverse this. It's irreversible. You can only move forwards. Sadly, we have this Five of Pentacles here on top. So this foresees a collapse on the financial and economic system. Everything that has to do with money, finances, goods. This is the physical. So we're about to go through this change. Not just United States, the whole world, because this is also on the outside. So this will impact all of us, but especially United States. And how I'm seeing this energy of being irreversible and there's no going back is that even if Trump gets removed from office, is being impeached or whatever, the damage cannot be reversed because there's no competent leader, be it like political, financial, business, economics, whatever. They will not say that, oh yes, everything is fine now with the United States. They will know that there is a risk for it to happen again. So the damage cannot be undone. Maybe it could be slowed down. It could be mitigated depending on the choices. So with this Two of Wands, this is a crossroads. So United States is at a crossroads right now. And depending on what people will decide collectively, that will determine the path. But regardless of the path, this cannot be escaped. This complete and total transformation and change. And I don't think any of us can avoid this Five of Pentacles here. Loss of money. And of course, it's not the likes of Trump and his billionaires' bodies that will suffer. It's the common people. Because the oligarchies means that they transfer wealth from the middle class to the extra wealthy. So we will suffer. They will not. With this Five of Pentacles here, it could mean that the dollar itself could collapse. And all the markets, all those stock markets, housing, bond market, they all depend on the stability of the dollar. So if that stability vanishes, so does the confidence in the entire system. So this would be the point of no return. This is how a country becomes an oligarchy. It's crash the economy and then wait for desperate people to sell so they can buy cheap. And now they own everything. They control everyone. So this is terrible. And I wish I could give you guys a better message. I wish I could give you guys a hopeful message, but this disaster coming. I can't pretend it's not when it is. So I don't know. Maybe it's better to know beforehand so you can prepare, at least mentally or in some way, maybe financially. I don't know. But right now, everything has to do with corporate bonds, US government bonds, life savings. These are all in peril because they're all in Donald Trump's hands. And he's not bargaining with his money. He's not playing with his money. He does so with everyone else's money. The positive message that I can give you guys from this card is this temperance here on top, the integration. So this means balance, but we ask for the long term. So I'm not sure how long it will be. It's still not a fixed path here. Things can still be changed. As I said, the damage can still be mitigated. Not reversed, but mitigated. And yes, the United States will still continue to exist after all this, but first it needs to go through this radical change, shift, transformation, this crisis. And we're all going to go through this, but most likely United States will be most impacted by this. So it's going to move from a privileged position here where they had it good, laziness. See, this guy's comfortable, sitting, pretty, enjoying all the benefits. But now, because of Trump, everything will change. United States will more likely be isolated. Right now, the other countries still pretend to play nice with the tariffs and everything, just for the sake of the short-term stability. But for the long term, they're already planning to decouple from United States. So this is bad because it means that the world will have to give up its reliance on the American dollar. So this is disastrous for the United States. For everyone, but especially for the United States. So if Trump is allowed to go on this trajectory, he will turn America into some type of a pariah state, isolated, something like Russia. That's the path it's going. This is where Trump is taking United States. It doesn't have to be like that. I think like it can still be stopped and all this damage be mitigated, but we'll have to see. So it's still to be determined which way. How bad will it be allowed to get? But it's gonna be bad and we're all going to feel this. So Trump is taking the United States on this path of becoming an oligarchy, an authoritarian system. And you know, in such a system, they do not create wealth. They usually need to seize it from somewhere else. Because they transfer the wealth from the middle class to the extra rich. Then the economy shrinks, the depression sets in, and then they start waging wars and resorting to violence to snatch other lands, resources. He's already doing this. He's already threatening Canada and Europe. So he means it. He will do it. If he's not stopped, we will go on this path. We will most likely have World War III. So it looks bad. It is bad. I think we're all thinking it, and the cards confirm there's crisis coming up. But the good news is from this card is that there are still decisions to be made. It's not just one path. It's gonna only go that way. Things can still be changed. Not completely, as I said, not reversed, but at least we still have free will here with this Two of Wands. We can still make certain choices that will impact how things will be in the future. So do not lose hope. Yes, prepare for the worst. The cards are showing that there's a crisis coming, so it's better to be prepared. But that doesn't mean to give up hope. That doesn't mean to accept defeat. There are still decisions that we can make to impact our future. And with this Temperance, as I said, there will be some type of regaining of balance, but it may take a long time. Yeah, guys, so this is what I could see from these cards. No bueno. It's going to be rough. We're in for a wild ride. And we need to prepare. I wish I could give you a better answer, a more hopeful message. But we know we can't ignore the reality. We have to prepare. You know, like they say, expect the worst, but hope for the best. So I think we're in this situation where we need to never give up hope, but still be realistic and expect big shakeups. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all your support. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care and have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.